Right, on our feet to warm up then, get started. Excellent. So here we are, summer term 2020. Let's get started with our warm up. So we're just going to get ourselves set up and positioned first to get ourselves ready. So bring the feet to hip distance. Place them nice and grounded on the floor. Take the shoulders, roll them back and down, and stretch and lengthen up the neck. Bring ourselves nice and tall and lengthened. Good job. We're just going to wake everything up to start with. We're just going to start with the pelvic tilt, one hand on the tummy, one hand on the back, and gently rolling that pelvis backwards and forwards, tucking the tailbone under, releasing it behind. So we just want to wake up that lower spine. Good job. Mobilize through the lower half of the body. Waking up those hip flexors that we're going to work, working through those lower abs, and then slowing it down. And what we're aiming for is we often end up where we're slouched over, we're ending up with the tailbone tucked back under here, or we end up with it tucked out. So what we're trying to end up with is horizontal across the top of the pelvis, nice and level and aligned and back into neutral for that lower spine. Let's move on to those abdominals. So pull that lovely wide belt across the tummy. Let's put it all the way to notch number 10 by gently squeezing the belly button in towards the spine. As we do that, focus on the front of the body. So we try not to squeeze and clench the buttocks. Try and leave them behind. Those glutes are nice and strong. They're usually well worked out already. So just a gentle squeeze to the front. It'll still switch on those muscles down the back, but we just don't want those glutes to take over. We want to focus on those core internal muscles throughout the center of the torso. Relax and draw the belt to number 5 now, halfway. And again, release and gently draw it in to notch number 3. Nice and gentle squeeze and hold there. Let's bring the pelvic floor in, squeeze and lift the pelvic floor as if it was an elevator, take it all the way up to level 10. Hold it there. And relax. And again, level 5, squeeze and hold. So here we're switching on the muscles that hold in all those internal organs. And again, support through the hips and the lower abs. Relax and finally level 3. And release. Gently pace the fingers around underneath the chest with the fingers spread, just interlinking. Okay, we're just going to remind ourselves of the Pilates breathing. So we take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the chest, and we open the chest wide. Bring those fingers apart just a tiny bit, and then as we exhale, we let the chest close and lower. And again, deep breath in through the nose. And we're thinking about lateral breathing in the thoracic spine. Exhale, bring the fingers together. Carry on through there, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Carrying on there, I'm just going to remind you that the lungs are up here. What we do is we get into a habit of breathing with our stomach. So we breathe out with our stomach, we let the muscles relax. Then we tuck the stomach muscles in when we breathe, but then they relax again when we go out. So we need to remind ourselves that all of our breathing can be done above and separate to our tummy. Okay? So in through the nose, spread wide, out through the mouth, compress and let the air come out. Good job, well done. So we're set up, ready to go. Bring the hands to the prayer, and we're just going to warm everything up. Okay. So we're going to circle the hands up through the center of the body and round and out to the outside. And again, through to the center. Standing up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed, allowing them to flow up to the prayer and hold it there. This time we're coming up, extending round and out to the sides. We're going to push those hands against the walls. We're going to open up the walls, make those rooms a little bit bigger, pushing out to the sides, lengthening through those arms. Hold it there for a moment. Then we're going to bring the hands onto the shoulders. Relax the shoulders as we come here. Keep the elbows out to the side. We can make sure the shoulders and neck are relaxed. And we're ready to circle. Nice and slowly, nice and carefully, just waking up those shoulder joints. Nice movement through. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Making sure both of the elbows are working together in parallel and you haven't got one side leading before the other. Circle and hold it there, and then we're going to go in the opposite direction, starting small and building up to the full circles. And hold it there. Good job. Bring the hands out to the side, bring them down and up to the prayer again. Circling again. Round we go. This time we're bringing the hands down by the side of the body and we're going to our side bend. So with this time we're reaching up for the side bend and then over. Reaching down with this bottom hand and up and over with the top. Make sure we're stretching over the body directly. Bring the hand up to extension and down nice and straight. Up to the other side. Stretch and reach and over to the side. Stretch. So make sure you don't twist and fall forward here. Keeping that fold over the top of the body. Extend nice and long. Bring it down. One more on each side. Stretch and reach. Extend and lengthen. Good job. Last one here. And reach and lower it down. Good job. Bring the hands up to prayer. This time I'm going to bring the prayer the other way around. So the hands are coming down the body. And then round and up and down. And this time they stay on the chest. And we're going to pop the thumbs onto the chest and glue them there together. And the first finger to the chin as we move into our spine twist. Again, relax the shoulders, give them room to move. So keeping the hands glued there onto the chest and the chin, we take a deep breath in, engage the core and the pelvic floor, gentle squeeze, and then exhale as we twist to the side. Inhale here, exhale back to center. Inhale, exhale and spine twist. So keep those hips facing forward. Inhale, exhale back to center. Good job. So don't let them twist with you. Keep them as your anchor. So just that upper body is twisting to the side. Inhale, exhale back to center. Waking up all those rotational muscles that support that twist motion. Breath in, feel those lovely stretches back to center. Lovely. From here, bring those hands round and relax them down as we move into the hamstring stretch. So we're going to step forward with one foot, bend through that front knee and keeping the back heel glued down. Pushing forward through this front knee, pushing forward with those hips, but not folding and bending forward. The back stays upright. Just waking up those legs and switch to the other side. Step forward and bend. Hold it here, let it develop, see if it can't come any further. And then release. Now we're going to move into our hip openers. So facing forward with the feet to hip distance. So you can do this holding on to something if balance really isn't your thing, or you can use it to work on that balance. Okay, so we're working on hip openers, knees are softened. We're going to bring the foot up. Now the small one is a little way up. Bring it to the side, bring it back, step it down. If you're good with the balance and you want to challenge yourself, bring it up to the right angle knee. Take it out to the side, bring it back to forward, close it down. Keep those knees nice and soft in between. And while you're doing the exercise, keep an eye on something in the mid-distance that isn't moving. Soften in the middle. Up, open, and close. But as I say, you can keep a fingertip on some furniture to give you a little bit of support to help you. One more on each side. Up and open, down and close. And again, up, open, down and close. Good job. So from here, we're just going to wake up the lower legs. We're going to work on an ankle turn. So stepping forward with one foot, knee nice and soft. Again, if balance isn't your friend, you can keep the toe on the floor as we gently circle the ankle. If not, you can bring it up to right angles. Gently circling. And take it in the opposite direction. Bring the knee in now. Think about the knee, circling from the knee. And in the opposite direction. You can still work on the floor. You just have to move the knee if the toe is on the floor. Okay. Make sure you've done both directions before we bring it down. Feet to hip distance, ready to transfer to the other side. So again, either stepping forward and working on the floor, it's absolutely fine, or bringing it up and working free. Waking all those joints up, waking all those muscles up. Good job, place it down and we're ready to go. So we're going to start with the roll down, coming to the end of our mat, ready to roll down onto the floor, and then we're going to get going with our exercises once we're down there. So coming to the end of your mat, don't ever underestimate the benefit of the roll down. It's an amazing way to start the day, and it's really, really important to strengthen and mobilize throughout the spine. So feet to hip distance, shoulders back and down, neck lengthened up and away. Breath in, engage the tummy, engage the pelvic floor. Exhale, keep them squeezed while you exhale and roll down. Arms released with the shoulders coming forward, head and neck released and allowing to stretch out. Keep a gentle bend in the knee and just bring it down as far as you are comfortable. Hang out here, enjoy that lovely stretch all the way up the back of the legs, over the hips, down the spine. Stretch. Then take a breath in when you're ready. Engage, squeeze those core muscles, keep them squeezing, keep them working and supporting as we restack the spine like building blocks, one at a time. Realigning that spine, shoulders back and down. And neck and eyes looking forward to finish. And again, breath in, engage, chin to chest, shoulders rolling forward, knees soft. Stretch and release. Extend and lengthen. Good job. When you're ready, bring the hands down to the floor, bring the knees down, and we're coming forward into box, and then we're going down onto our mat. So just find that nice neutral box position, and then we're coming down onto our tummies, ready for our one leg kick. So the one leg kick, we've got the head on the hands with the elbows out to the side to start with. Feet extended nice and long. So the forehead is down here to start. The upper body is nice and relaxed, okay? And we're going to work on that leg kick. So we're drawing the foot up into the bottom and pulsing, 1, 2, and then releasing. So this is our start up, this is our setup. Just drawing the foot in, pulsing, 1, 2, and then lowering. Now while we're doing this, remember, control the lift and the pulse, 1, 2, and control that lower. Keep that leg, keep those muscles switched onto the leg until it's all the way down. And again on the other side, pulse, pulse, and lower. Easy peasy. This is just your prep. So this is just to make sure we get the right foot alignment, make sure the leg muscles are ready to work before we move into the real thing. So extend the legs into position now, and then just come up onto the elbows. So the elbows need to be directly underneath the shoulders, forearms nice and straight, Little fingers on the mat, thumbs pointing up here. Okay, shoulders back and down. Spine extended and lengthened to the neck. So don't let the tummy just sag and hang out on the floor here. Tuck it up, extend that spine. Because from here, we're going to lift the hips up off of the mat, gently rolling. So inhale to prepare, exhale, come up, tilting those hips. So just the pubic bone is pointing down towards the floor, so the hips are lifted. So I'm going to come down again. It's quite a small motion to see here. Lift those hips so the hips are lifted off of the floor. The thighs are still on the floor, but the hips are lifted. If you can hold this lift, then hold it and then pulse in. 1, 2, and slowly lower, keeping the hips lifted and engaged throughout. Pulse, kick, kick, and lower, nice and slowly. Now again, that hips lifted is quite a big ask. It's quite a lot of muscle work. If it's too much to keep it up throughout, then just find your levels and take it easy. Lower the hips if you need to. If you can, keep them lifted and engaged throughout. So keeping that spine nice and straight. Eyes are looking just in front of the hands to keep the neck in alignment as well. Pulse in, 1, 2, out. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. So you won't be surprised to know that you're strengthening your hip flexors, your lower abs, you're working your hamstrings and your shoulders here. So again, just find your way. One more on each side. And lower. Lower the feet first, then lower the hips. Bring the hands back down to that start position just under the head and lower the head and relax there. Well done. Just turn the toes slightly in towards each other to relax those leg muscles and take 5. Well done. Good job. Just relax there for a moment. Okay, from here, we're going to move up onto all fours and we're going to work on a combination exercise. So we're going to work on strengthening the core, the spine, and through the shoulders. We're going to come towards the front of the mat with our hands into a nice square all fours. So the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, and have a feel of that back. Don't let it sag here, don't let it arch. Lengthen the neck, push the hips away behind you, and find that lovely flat back neutral spine. When you're ready, we're going to step back into the leg pull prone and then move into down dog. So if you want to have a little look for the first few, then do. So we're going to step back with one foot here. Make sure that the toes are tucked in and got a nice grip to keep the shoulders above the wrists and move into that down dog. We're not going to hang around here too long. Sorry, into the leg pull prone. We're going to move up into that down dog. So we're going to push those heels back down to the mat. We're going to allow the head just to lower between the arms. Don't let it sag down here, just between the arms. We're going to enjoy that lovely down dog stretch. And then we're going to try and bring it nice and slowly. Bring the weight forward over the wrists for that leg pull prone. Okay. If that's too much, then when you come forward, bring the knees down and have your leg pull prone here. Okay? It's up to you which way we're going to go. Okay? So it starts with all fours. We step back with one foot. Make sure there's a nice grip on the toes. And to the other, there's a nice gap between the feet. Hips are nice and low. Into that down dog. Push the hips up towards the ceiling. Push those heels down behind you on the mat. And hold it there for a moment. Then we're going to rock forward into the leg pull prone and hold it there. Breathe. It's a big exercise. Big work. If you need to, bring the knees down for this position. Then back up, back into that down dog. Don't worry, we're not going to stay here all day. Try and relax through the neck and shoulders. Bring it forward again if you can. Bring it down onto the knees if you need to. Keep those hips down. Keep that neck nice and lengthened, eyes looking slightly forward to keep the neck in line with the spine. Hold it as best you can, as long as you can. Move back into that down dog. This is our last one here. You'll be glad to know. Bring it forward, bring the knees down and bring it back into child's pose. So we're going to come back, shake it off, bring those feet together, knees nice and wide, and then fold down and forward and relax here. Whew. Big exercise, powerful work, but really effective. But build up to it. So you might find you can just do 1 or 2 to start with, and then you can build the length of time that you can hold and move through the 2 moves as we build up through the sessions, okay? Good job. When you're ready, coming out of that child's pose, and we're moving on to our backs, and we're moving into arm circles. So we're coming down onto the floor, onto our backs. So we're going to work 2 exercises that flow one into the next. Again, similar to that down dog leg prone combo. And we're moving into arm circles and then moving into double leg stretch. Most importantly, the setup here, okay? Don't forget that positioning when we're on the mat. So shoulder blades tucked down underneath you, relax down here, arms nice and long beside you. Feet at hip distance, gap between the knees and the feet are relatively close to the bottom here for support, okay? To start with, we're working on our prep, our arm circles. So we're going to extend and lengthen the hands up directly above the shoulders. Palms are facing each other, okay? And from here, we're going to start with the circles. So the hands come in towards each other, and then they come up, and then out to the side. Now we start small and controlled. So we're starting just with saucer-sized circles, nice and slow, nice and controlled. Now, while the hands are working here and circling, don't forget the rest of the body. So you need to make sure that that core is engaged so that that lower spine is staying in neutral. So make sure that the back isn't flat on the mat or fully arched, but is halfway, that gentle curve in the lower spine. And we're holding it there in place and holding the rest of the body absolutely still while those arms are circling. Take them in the opposite direction now. Lengthen through those fingertips up to the ceiling. Keep it slow, keep it controlled. Hold it here. So the next step for this exercise, if you want to take it, is to bring the arms up next to the ears. Then we're going to circle. Now, as the arms come here, you'll feel that back want to arch here, okay? Don't let it. You've got to keep it in neutral, okay? Using that drawn in belly button, and then circle the hands round down the sides, back to the sides of the legs, keeping it hovering, drawing up to that start position. And again, taking the hands up. As you feel them going back, you'll feel that spine want to arch. You're going to keep it neutral, drawing that tummy. Keep it there. Circle round. Back to the sides. One more here. Up. Keeping that neutral spine. This is really important because, as I say, this is just our prep exercise. And it's really important to teach ourselves to be able to keep that neutral spine while the hands are extended, okay? Leave the hands up nice and long as we move into the double leg stretch. Okay, so from here, the clue is in the title. We're going into the double leg lift. Breath in, engage, bring one leg up to right angle knee. Think about that neutral spine. Squeeze the ribs towards the hips, reduce the distance here from the ribs to the hips. Squeeze those abs together as you bring the other leg up to be able to keep that neutral spine, not let the back go flat or arch away. Keep that gentle curve in the spine. Now, sitting here in the double leg lift with the arms extended, maybe plenty, okay? So you might hold this position, and then when you're ready to come out, we lower one leg to the floor and then lower the other. So just holding that double leg, using those abs to hold them absolutely still, anchored there, is a workout all in itself. If you want to challenge that double leg lift, then we add those small arm circles. Keep those fingertips up to the ceiling and gently circling. Breathe throughout. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, at any point, if you want to bring the legs down, you can. If you want to work with a single leg lift, there's another option there for you, and then alternate as you change direction with the hands. So let's take the hands in the opposite direction, keeping those legs absolutely still in that right angle position. Gently circling and extending. Feel that work. Breathe. Keep that belly button drawn in. Last one here, extend and hold. We're going to bring the legs down first, so gently lowering one foot to the floor, place it back down, bring the other leg back down, then we're going to lower the hands down, and we're going to draw the knees up into the chest and give them a good squeeze. Well done. Well done. Amazing effort. Amazing exercise for strengthening those core muscles throughout, and you can feel obviously the work that's going to go on in those strengthening muscles for the lower spine. Really important to help build support for that lower back to prevent low back pain. Okay? Well done. Now we're not entirely done here. Those abs are nicely warmed up now, so it would be rude not to use them. So bring the feet back down to the floor, release that squeeze to the chest. And then we're going to go into one of our favorites. We're going to go up into the 100. And again, you've got various options here to choose the level that works for you. Okay? Make sure the shoulders are relaxed and down. Hands are extended nice and long. Feet and knees at hip distance apart. We're going to take a breath in, engage the core and the pelvic floor, and as we exhale, we're gently going to roll up the head and shoulders and gently pulse the arms. As always, keep a gentle bend in the elbow here so that we're not stretching and extending and stressing out the neck muscles here. So just gently curled up, think about those abs, squeezing those tummy muscles. That's what's going to hold you up there. Eyes are looking through the knees. Breathing. So important here. Breath in, breath out. Keeping that lower spine in neutral. Now, if this is easy peasy, then you can challenge yourself with adding the leg lift. So one double leg and two. Doesn't work with single leg, I'm afraid, so you need to come up into that double leg lift there. So making sure you've got the right angles in the knee, and that same lovely hold position. And breathe. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, you know, you don't have to hold it the whole time. You can relax down, place the hands down, relax the head side to side to release, and then come back to it when you're ready. Okay, build up the strength. No point in staying up here if the abs are switched off and the tummy is bulging, then they're not doing the work. See if you can hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the hands here still. Lower gently and slowly, keeping those abs on until the head and shoulders are down. Then take a breath in, engage, and gently lower the leg one at a time down onto the floor, nice and slowly. And then we're going to extend into that full body stretch, nice and long. Legs out long, arms out above us, nice and long. Breath in, exhale, and relax here. Release all of those muscles. Breath in, breath out. Just relax here for a moment. Let the body take in all of that effort. Well done. So lots and lots and lots of strengthening work there. Now we're going to give the strengthening muscles a little bit of a break as we move into mobilizing the spine. So stay on your back as we move into the bridge. So drawing the feet back up to hip distance, tucked in, up towards the bottom, shoulders relaxed down, arms lengthened nice and long by the side of the body. So this is where we need to really focus on the pelvis and keeping it horizontal and level. Imagine there's a spirit level across the hips here as we draw them up and center. So breath in, engage, pelvic tilt to start with. So just a gentle roll of the pelvis up and down just to wake up that lower spine. So we know what we're going to do. Just release some of the tension between those lower vertebrae. Tilting the hips up and down. Then when we're ready, we take a breath in, engage, exhale, we take that pelvic tilt and then we extend. We push the hips up, 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 up towards the ceiling. Nice and high, nice and long. Pushing them up. Imagine there's a spirit level across them and holding them there. Now we've got a lovely straight line between the knees, the hips and the shoulders and a gentle curve in the neck, and we're going to hold it there. Our aim is to be able to hold this absolutely still, using that lovely core engagement, absolutely level, absolutely still. Don't worry if there's a bit of a wobble there to start with. The little wobble is good, that's all the muscles firing to help you to build the strength to hold it there. Then when you're ready, breath in, engage and draw down. And think about mobilizing. We are working the vertebrae one at a time. Imagine you've got a pearl necklace as each of the vertebrae is a pearl to go back down into its little velvet pocket in its box, back down all the way to the tailbone. And again, once the tailbone is down, we flow straight back up. Breath in, engage, tilt the pelvis first, curl up, 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 up. And hold it there. Work on that stabilization, keeping it nice and level. So what we're doing here is we're building the strength in the core muscles. We're helping to work out any imbalance if we're stronger on one side of the body than the other. This is a really good exercise to help build strength. Absolutely parallel throughout the body, and really focusing on the fact that those spinal vertebrae often end up bunched together. And this is allowing us, breath in, exhale, to release them as we come down one at a time, really focusing on separating those vertebrae as they come down into the mat. And again, breath in, engage, pelvic tilt, curl up, and hold. Now, if your hold is feeling nice and stable, nice and secure now, and you want to challenge it, then let's have a go with adding the double heel lift. So here we keep both of the toes on the floor, and we try and bring both toes together at the same time, up, off of the floor, hold it there, and gently lower. As we lower the heels, don't let the hips low. They're going to want to dip down with you. Don't let that happen. Keep the hips up nice and tall. Gently lift those heels away, keeping that pelvis absolutely still. Gently lower, keeping it in place before they're down again. Just 2 heel lifts, and then bring that spine down again. Think about that pearl necklace laying back down into its box. And again, one more here. Breath in, engage, tilt the pelvis, curl away, push, push, push. Those hips up, up, up. And then gently, if you want to, that double heel lift, but take your time. It's a nice slow lift away and lower. And make sure those heels are coming together. Don't let the knees splay open here. Make sure they stay in a straight line with the hips. Don't let them open up to the side as the heels are lifting away. 2 heel lifts and then draw down. Nice and slowly. Bringing it down. And finishing with bringing those knees into the chest for a good hug. Well done. Excellent effort there. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to add one more exercise. Okay, and then we're finished. Okay, we're just going to add in the scissors. Okay, so this is really going to help with strengthening that lower back again. Okay, so we're going to start with single leg and then we're going to build it up as the turn progresses. So when you're ready, gently drawing one leg up to right angle, knee directly above that hip, shin is parallel, foot is relaxed. Breath in, engage the core and the pelvic floor. As we exhale, keeping that bend in the knee, we're gently going to dip that toe down towards the floor. Now, if the lower back is weak or is damaged at the moment, then keep the movement really small. It doesn't need to come very far away from the body for those muscles to be working, okay? So just choose what works for you. If you've got a good strong lower back at the moment and you're building and increasing the strength there, then you can lower the foot further down towards the floor, but it never touches the mat. And take it slowly. Control that lift, making sure you're coming back to that right angle, making sure you're keeping that bend in the knee all the way down. And slowly back up, nice and slow, nice and controlled. So we keep the bend in the knee by imagining that we've got a tennis ball wedged behind there. We can't close the knee because the ball is in the way. We can't open or the ball will fall. So we keep that right angle, we keep that tennis ball wedged in place in that hold as we lift and lower. And that bend position in the knee is optimal for working that lower back in a supported manner. Last one here, drawing up, hold, and then bringing it down. But don't forget this last one, keep it engaged throughout until the foot is all the way down on the floor, and then you can relax, okay? Just realign the feet, make sure that they're still matching. Sometimes the foot comes down a little way away from its start position. Then we're going to move on to the other side. Breath in, engage, slowly draw up that right angled knee. Keep an eye on this supporting leg as well. This knee quite often likes to drift out to the side. I'm over exaggerating here, but it likes to drift out just a little way while the other leg is working. Your job is to keep that absolutely still and stable while the other leg is moving away. So don't forget the supporting leg while your focus is on that working leg. And again, use the breath. Breath in to prepare, exhale to move away. This is slow and precise. Make sure the upper body is relaxed. Relax through the shoulders, relax through the neck, looking up towards the ceiling. Good job. A little lower, little lift. Just taking your time. Making sure to keep that lower spine in neutral the whole time. A gentle curve. And lower. And lift. And this time bringing it down all the way to the floor and releasing into a full body stretch. We're done. Well done. Full length legs. Arms up above you, stretch and reach and relax there. Well done. Good effort, everybody. Well done. Enjoy that stretch. Deep breath in and out. Good job. When we're ready, we're coming onto our side and we're going to work through our chest open up. Okay, for one of our first cool down stretches. Really nice exercise to stretch and open up the upper body this time. Now, we're on our side with our back nice and straight. Our feet are in a straight line with our spine, and then the knees are bending forward. Our focus here is stacking our feet and our knees and gluing them together. During the exercise, our knees want to slide one over the other. We need to keep them glued. They're our anchor point, so we need to keep them in place. We've got the bottom here, hand extended, and the top arm extended down. Make sure this shoulder is tucked down underneath you and relax the head down into the mat. Now, if you find that uncomfortable and you need a bit more support, then you can pop a block or a cushion underneath the head. You could bring a rolled up towel if you want to, just to give that little bit of extra support you can add underneath there. But what we do need to do is to make sure that the head is still free to roll, because what we're going to do is take a breath in, engage the core, engage the pelvic floor. We're going to bring that top hand up, extend and lengthen through, and we're going to roll the head over the block or towel or over the mat and follow those hands. As we do, watch those knees. They're going to want to open. Don't let them. Take the head back and take it just back as far as you can and is comfortable, and enjoy that lovely chest opening. Then when you're ready, breath in, engage. Exhale, draw the hand back over. All the way, nice and slowly, nice and carefully, back to the start and relax there. And again, breath in, engage, exhale, extend and lengthen. We're only going to do 2 here, so make the most of it. Up, up. Relax the head, relax the shoulders, allow them to relax and stretch and open, but don't let those knees lift. Don't let them slide. Breath in, exhale, bring it back over. Good job. Tuck the arms in and coming onto our back now, just gently rolling onto the back. Just going to stretch out those legs and lower abs that we were working. So bring both of the knees into the chest and give them a good hug. So again, if you've got lower back issues, if you've got a weakness there at the moment, then be careful with this one, okay? So any lower back issues, then just take one foot and place it down onto the floor and then bring it back in, okay? If you've got the lower back strength there, what we're going to do here is stretch and lengthen out the leg and extend it nice and long, and then lower it to the floor in full length. So we can open up through those hip flexors as well. Relax there. Again, if it's away with a bend in the knee, that's absolutely fine. So just find what works for you and then draw it back in, give it a good hug. And the same on the other side. So either just lower the foot down, bring it with more of a bend, or if you can, lower, lengthen, and extend and open. Draw it back in. One more on each side. Stretch and lengthen. Squeeze the other knee to the chest. Draw it back in. Use those abs. Squeeze those tummy muscles. Still use that core strength to support, even though we're cooling it all down. Draw back up. Squeeze them both to the chest, and then release and bring them to bent knee on the floor for our last stretch here. So here we're going to move into, we've opened up the chest, and now we're going to open up the lower back. So we're going to take the hands, rather than flat on the mat here, right next to the body or extended out, we're coming halfway, about 45 degrees to the side there. So just diagonally from the shoulder here. We're going to walk the feet together. We're going to touch the feet together, touch the knees. They can say hi. We're going to glue them together. And then we're gently going to roll the knees together as one unit to one side. Again, you might find it just a little roll. And one of the feet is allowed to lift off of the floor and guide. And again, you might find you can take it away just a little way, or you might find you can take it a bit further. It's up to you. Draw it back to center and then gently roll to the other side. Gently twist. And back to center, well done. And again, one more on each side. Relax into the stretch, but do use those core muscles to just gently draw those legs back into the center each time. Breath in and exhale to roll. Back in, well done. From here, stretch and lengthen into a full body stretch, nice and long. Stretch and reach for me. Make yourself as long as you can. Breath in, exhale and relax. Well done. Inhale here and then relax the arms back down by the side of the body. Relax the shoulder blades underneath you. Turn the palms gently to face up towards the ceiling and let the feet just gently open the legs and fold out to the sides. We're going to close our eyes just for a moment. If lying on your back doesn't work as your comfortable position, then make your way onto your side or a position that works for you so you can be totally comfortable. From here, take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take a moment to feel all those muscles you've strengthened and mobilized and toned, and give them a chance to relax and melt down into the floor. And just take a minute to totally relax. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Open your eyes and gently make your way onto your side. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Gently coming onto all fours. Making sure the knees and the feet are at hip distance before you tuck the toes under. Walk the hands back and slowly roll back up and reset the spine just as we came down. Roll those shoulders back and down. Lengthen the neck up and away. Arm circles to finish. Deep breath in to come up the center. Stretch and reach. Exhale to circle out. Deep breath in to come up and out to circle. One last one here. In and out. Bringing the hands round to the prayer this time. And give yourselves a big clap. Well done, everybody. Good effort. Well done.